So for our quick stretching warm-up, we're going to start in a standing pike position and just slowly walk into a downward dog, pressing your heels into the floor as well as your shoulders. And just hold it here for a few seconds and slowly come up into an arch, engaging your butt and back muscles, keeping your hips off the floor. And you can twist this like this, from side to side. And back up into a downward dog. Going to bring one of your knees to your chest, like this, and then bend it up into a standing split. Holding for a few seconds, and then bring it back into your chest and let it into the floor into a high lunge, keeping your back knee straight while trying to sink your hips as close to the floor as you can. Slowly releasing that back leg, putting both arms at your back knee, just arch back as far as you can. And bend your back knee to touch your head. Coming back up, putting one arm on this front knee and the other arm bending your back knee as far as it can go. And bounce here, 1, 2, 3, and letting that back leg go. You can put both hands on your front knee and just bounce here, going back and forward between putting all your weight to your front leg and then shifting it back to your hips. And 2 and 3, 4, and last one, 5. Now from here, I'm going to go back into that standing pike position and letting one leg out, and we're going to do 10 split kicks. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and the last one, hold here and place your hands as close to your bottom foot as you can. Leaning in towards your bottom foot while squeezing that top leg, all its muscles. And hold. And coming back down. And now from here, we're going to walk back into that downward dog and repeat all these steps on the other leg. So hold here and just paddle out your heels. Slowly going into an arch. And this time, let your hips touch the floor and untuck your toes. And just slowly lean back as far as you can. Bend your legs and try to touch your head, or as far as you can. And slowly coming back up, tucking your toes under again, and pushing back into a downward dog. Keeping your shoulders pressed into the floor. And now bring the opposite knee up to your chest and up into a standing split. Holding here, still pushing your bottom heel towards the floor. Bring this knee back into a high lunge. Both arms up, keeping your back knee as straight as you can. Holding here, keeping your legs engaged. And bend that back knee and place your hands next to your back leg and slowly arch back. Bend your knee up to your head. And slowly come back up, keeping one hand on your front knee and the other grabbing your back leg and pulling it as close to you as you can. Now releasing that back leg, put both arms onto your front knee and let your hips sink deeper into a lunge. Leaning and shifting your weight onto your front leg and back up. And 2 and 3 and 4, going deeper with each repetition. And last one, 5. Now from here, going into that standing split. So you're placing one leg out and we're doing 10 split legs. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And hold on this last one, placing your hands as close to your bottom leg as you can and leaning in towards your bottom leg. You want to keep your top leg in as much as a vertical line as you can while holding this position and slowly coming back down. So we're going to start with some simple bridges. So starting on your back with your hands, with your elbows bent, hands flat on the floor and legs a bit apart. Slowly going up into a bridge and just to warm up. So just rocking back and forth for a deeper stretch in your shoulders and in your back. 2 times. You can try rocking into a bridge with straight legs. Back and forth. And slowly coming back down onto your back like this. So now we're going to try doing a bridge just a little bit closer. So bringing our hands and slowly walking them as close to our heels as we possibly can. So slowly coming back up and just little by little walk your hands closer to your heels and stop where you're comfortable and hold there for about 10 seconds. And if you're close and touching your heels like this, then once you feel that you're ready and warmed up, you can grab your ankles and just slowly stretch both your arms and your legs up into a bridge like this. So come back down. And lying back down onto your back. So holding onto your ankles in a bridge is a lot more advanced and does require a lot more balance and flexibility. So only do that once you feel like you're ready and warmed up. Now we're going to go back into another bridge and just slowly go onto your elbows and walk your feet as close to your hands as you can. And just hold here, shifting your weight forward to get a nice stretch in your shoulders. And walking out a bit so you can come back up. Now we're going to go into a deeper split stretch and leg stretching. So just lying on your back, bring one leg up and keeping this bottom leg bent, and just bring it as close to your face or as close to the floor as you can. And once you're in this position, just slowly straighten that bottom bent leg. And make sure your legs are in line and not twisted. And also make sure your shoulders are in line while in this position. And just hold, still bringing that top leg as close to the floor as you possibly can. And now, coming back up, just repeat on the other leg. It's really important to make sure that your stretches are even on both sides of your body. So once you've gotten this leg as close as you can to the floor, slowly just straighten that bottom leg again and hold here. It's important to really engage your thigh muscles and just let your legs go as much. And coming back up, so we're going to hold butterfly position, so both legs just turned out as far as you can, and here you can push with your arms down and then slowly just walk forward and reach your arms forward as you can while still pushing your knees out. And in this position you should feel a really nice stretch in your hips. Coming back up, from here we're going to open both of our legs into a straddle and just lean down again, trying to keep your back straight and not hunched. And reach forward with your hands as far as you can, keeping your points and extensions engaged. If you feel like you need a deeper stretch, just gradually open your legs or pull your hips forward to bring your legs into more of a straight line, and keep leaning forward and pulling forward as far as you can. Now from here we're going to go into a full middle split. So slowly you can get on your elbows, lean forward and let your hips relax into the floor. And just hold here. You can reach, keep your hands out forwards or sideways like this. And just hold here. And now coming back up, you can just roll into a straddle. I'm just going to add one yoga block on each side. So I have each foot on a yoga block. And depending on how much of a stretch you feel that you need, you can add more or less of an oversplit. I just slowly slide them outwards, and here I just hold on my elbows and oversplit. Just let your hips relax and bring them deeper into the floor. And slowly come back up. Now we're going to do right and left split on the floor first. Slowly go into a split. And you can hold with both arms up like this, keeping your legs in a straight line and your shoulders not twisted, just straight forward. And both hands back, arching back as far as you can go. And coming forward as well, leaning onto your front leg. And in this position, you can bend this back leg, grab it, and slowly lean forward as well. You can sit up and stretch it like this, as close to your butt as you can. And if you are at your butt, you can bring it over and letting go. And now we're just going to repeat the same exercises on the other leg. So roll into your opposite split and putting both hands up, keeping your shoulders in a square line, and putting both hands back and just arching back as far as you can. Coming back up, leaning forward onto your front leg. And then bending your back knee, holding foot, and slowly lean forward for a much deeper stretch. Back up, and just bend this back knee as far as you can. And let go of that leg. And that's it, full splits on the floor. And now I'm going to use my yoga blocks again to get a deeper stretch into an oversplit. So I'm using 4 yoga blocks. You can use 1, 2, however many you want, or a chair. So from here, just slowly slide into an oversplit and go as deep as you can. Breathing in and out, and with each breath, go deeper and deeper. So hold both arms up, keeping shoulders square and back, relaxing your hips and leaning into a deep arch. Coming back up, you can lean onto your front leg, keeping both hands onto whatever you're stretching your oversplit off of. Leaning towards your front knee. And back up. And now, repeating the same, slowly slide into your oversplit. Both hands up, shoulders square, and breathing in and out. Both hands back, and going into a deep arch. Coming back up, leaning both arms onto the yoga blocks, and just putting your forehead to your knee. Slowly coming back up and out of an oversplit, and you're done.